We are live. All right. Hello, everybody here on YouTube and Facebook and wherever you may be joining us, whether you're live or watching us as a replay. Thank you for being here. It's a special live stream today. We're here with Barn Besties, Megan and Stephanie. They have an amazing channel, which is honestly, in my opinion, so underrated. They have this plethora of information, and today we get to tap into those brains free of charge. So I'm gonna let the girls go ahead and introduce themselves. They are the light here today, and I'll let you guys go ahead.
Take it,
Megan,
Steph.
you gonna go first? You want me?
No,
Hi
you
guys,
are.
I'm Stephanie. I'm Barn Bestie Stephanie. Gosh, how long have I been around horses, Megan? Many, many decades. We're just gonna say that so I don't out my age. But I am one half of the besties. Yeah, I live in Wisconsin, where it's cold, and snowy, cold, or hot
Ah,
and humid. Right, Meggers?
It's awful.
It's lovely. It's always lovely.
how cold is it there right now?
It's a balmy 23 degrees Fahrenheit.
I wouldn't get out of bed.
Yeah,
I
there's ice. There's
I
ice.
would stay in pajamas all day long. Like, I'm sorry.
I was outside this morning for a couple hours. It wasn't too bad, but the wind is pretty brutal.
Were you birding?
I was birding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bir- birding?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that hunting?
With a camera.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, no, again, I don't get. Everybody does their own thing, but I'd never heard of that birding. So that's basically you do photography of wildlife.
I basically chase birds, mark them off on my list, and I just got a new camera body, so I'm kind of trying to figure out how it works.
She's
Oh,
a
that's
bird
awesome.
stalker.
I'm a
Oh my
bird
god, a bird
nerd,
stalker.
horse nerd, and bird nerd.
Oh my god, I love it. Love it.
And the best neighbor ever. This woman, like, she's not telling you about herself. She has so many talents.
Talk
Like
to
When,
what?
me.
Bobcat
yeah,
driver,
yeah, Bobcat drive. So, like, when your bestie
tractor
is
driver.
afraid to, like, go up like a step, she's the girl to call.
I'll do it.
Yeah. And when you're out of town, she's the girl you want to know you're out of town because the tractor will break, or maybe the staff can't drive it, or Mumsy's gone crazy. Like, you need Stephanie, and she's got hay. She knows,
Oh
she
man,
knows horses. Like,
Yeah.
she's the one.
You're the
everybody
one,
needs a
Meggers.
Stephanie.
I had to go on a little vacation several years ago for I was in Europe for almost 2 weeks. Oh, hey. Anyway, so Miss Meggers was my person to put my hay out. Who you got there? Hello.
We got Henry here with us. Oh,
Oh,
Henry, are you being a good boy?
hi,
No, don't
Henry.
we have in the chat? We got Bray with us. Hey, Bray, how's it going? Bryce says it's 30 degrees in Ohio with 10-mile-per-hour winds. Ooh, that sounds kind of chilly. That was
It's
my
super
heart.
windy.
Oh
Super
my
windy here.
goodness. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of that breeze down here occasionally. It just comes in as a gust. So, yeah, who else we got in here? We got a couple people in here. Bray, we're doing a stream from a different streaming thing than I'm used to. What is this called? StreamYard. So this is my first time using StreamYard. So Bray, if you happen to notice anything that's like glitchy or doesn't work like normal, just let me know. Bray is one of the moderators on my channel. So basically, he has been delegated. Stop it. He has allowed to make changes in the chats to make sure everything stays hunky dory. He's allowed to delete
Perfect.
people and stuff like that if things get out of hand. So Bray is one of the many moderators that we have on the channel that just makes sure that everything stays fun and clean and positive. So Bray is really good at letting me know when I accidentally hit the mute button and when we're buffering because I'm in a bad spot. Because we do that a lot, don't we, Bray? You better not. I think Henry's planning something terrible back there.
Look at him. Oh my God, I love him.
Megan, you need a Henry.
No,
A
He's
little
trying to pickpocket me.
a little chop monster.
no, I have AV.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, that's my arm. He's actually part pit bull.
I see that.
About 7% pit bull according to his genealogy test. Right? Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. Oh, here. Okay, fine. I'll get you a cookie. All right. And then we got to go back to talking with the ladies. Yes.
Oh,
All
Megan,
right.
you need to introduce yourself.
okay.
So, yeah, sorry, Megan. We are
No,
not.
I love Henry. I am one half of the Barn Besties. Actually, we are thirds. Steph, we got to include Avi, who's our cameraman,
Oh,
because
Gotta
awesome.
include Mr. Cameraman.
no one ever gets to see him because he's on the other side of the camera. But we wouldn't have a YouTube channel without him because he's the
Super important.
fiance that I drag around. But I'm a dressage trainer in Wisconsin, and we have a riding school. I don't know how many horses. I stopped counting after 10. And I love horses, always have loved horses. Huge dream of obviously riding international dressage, always wanted to make a team. But like, let's be honest, that's 10, I don't know, 10 days of your life. So
Mumsy says 23, Meggers.
23, what does that mean? Oh, I no,
Horses.
we don't
Oh,
count.
oh,
We
like
don't
23 days?
yeah, we don't count. So anyway, I have a riding school. I sell dressage horses. What else, Steph? Now we have a YouTube channel and it's a blast. Steph and I
And
just have
Instagram and
oh
TikTok. Or,
Instagram,
well,
Facebook.
because our Instagram, yeah, hooks into our Facebook. I try on the TikTok, but I'm better about the Instagram than I am about TikTok.
You can help me with the Instagram. I'll help you with the TikTok.
All right. All right, we can do that.
And don't let Megan be humble. I need my arm back. She is an amazing writer. I have been following her, secretly stalking her for years on social media,
No
and
way.
she's a beautiful writer. Yeah, go ahead and look it up. She's a beautiful. Hey, she's a beautiful writer, and I have had the opportunity to watch her blossom, and it's been a beautiful experience. So don't let her be humble. Go check
Thank
her
you.
out. Go look her up. Go watch her ride. You won't be disappointed.
Midwest Horse Fair, we're on it. Everybody come to Midwest Horse Fair. So we'll be out there, Barn Besties, and I'll be riding. So I hope everybody can come out. Aw.
To
Yeah,
be
and we'll make
4 days of no sleep.
and we'll make sure we send those links too. We'll have the girls. You can text me the links, and I'll make sure to comment them on the actual replays of this live stream. So anybody who is interested in getting the information, they'll have the actual direct information they could go straight to. You
Oh,
know what's
yes.
so funny?
Yes, what?
This guy has no desire to bother me. He's like, okay, I'll just stand here and be a good boy. This is Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Dylan is Henry's best friend and has absolutely no desire to cause any trouble. Henry, stop. I don't want any more slobber on my hand. All right. Sorry, guys. So we have these awesome horse ladies in the house, and I'm going to go to our chat now. I've been unfortunately neglecting the chat for the past few minutes. I do apologize. Bryce says, Sunday, I'm supposed to be getting 3 inches of snow. Oh, that's not fun at all. 3 inches of snow. Oh, Henry, stop it.
Steph,
Are
do
you
you have
from,
snow?
are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only Tennessee. You guys are sweet. Okay, Henry. Thank you. I love you too. She hits the mute a lot, Bryce says. It's true. All right. We've got I'm going to go with memo in the house. It says donkeys rule, and I couldn't agree anymore. Okay. Sir. We got Ice. Hey, Ice. How's it going? Yeah, Cash Bandit. How's it going?
Great. Everybody can take some time today to see us. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you
yeah.
guys for being here. Bray, can you take care of a couple of these comments for me?
Yeah,
Jesus
there's
loves
a
you
couple in
guys.
there that are a little something.
Yeah, we'll have the moderators take care of them. Don't worry about it. They won't last long. All right. Give me my arm back, dude. I am covered in donkey
Hi,
slobber.
everybody in the chat.
Sorry.
I'm reading all the chat.
So let's get back to you girls. I'm so excited for you guys to be able to tell everybody here and myself, because I've only been able to find a little bit of information from poking around on your websites, your social media stuff. I want to hear it from you guys directly. Like, what is it that you do? What drew you to creating this community and this network that you have created around Barn Besties?
Steph, you want to start?
Well, so Megan and I have both had either, she's had her farm since she was a kid. She's on her family farm. I've managed some farms before. My family bought some acreage, and actually we're in the process of selling that acreage right now. But so we've both kind of been in the ownership or barn management, you know, or area, whatever you want to call it, for our barn manager owner hats on for decades and decades. And you know, like she's continuing to develop her barn. I developed the barn when my family bought land, helped renovate another barn. And we both were like, there's a whole lot of stuff we wish we knew before we built certain things and did certain things. We wish there was a resource of, places where we could go where people say, here's how I built my barn. Here's what I wish I did differently. And here's what I love about what I did. And here's some amazing ideas. We've been doing this a little bit over a year now. Not quite a year and a half yet, but every time we go to somebody's barn, I swear I learn like 10 new things. Get some great, amazing ideas. People who have farms, have horses, have amazing ideas. And there's a lot of, I wish I knew that when I was building my barn. Wouldn't
How
you say,
cool is
Meggers?
that?
Oh yeah, like for me, I mean, I was 8 when we built our barn, and we started with 3 stalls. Now we have 24, and I made so many mistakes. And also being in Wisconsin, I find the horse community is definitely improving. But when I was growing up, I felt pretty isolated. And it was hard for me to ask questions. It was hard to get help. And it was fun because I married into the dairy community. And so I had a very big comparison between the dairy community and the horse community. And I found the dairy community, when a farmer is struggling, the whole neighborhood comes out and helps them. And I wish that for the equestrian community. I mean, it's here and there, but for me, it wasn't. Like many times I found myself struggling. And so um, I feel we have a major problem in our horse industry that it's declining. And a good friend of mine, Eliza Sidner, actually did a survey, and horse professionals are struggling. And I love the horse industry. I love horses. And I mean, I'm mainly in the dressage arena. So to I was like, I need to do my part. And I am technically challenged, as Steph knows. I mean, she's the brains of all the technology on our channel. Like, it took her 4 months to teach me how to do a short, and it wasn't her fault. So, and I've had a lot of people come to me and they're like, oh, you need to be an online trainer. And I really had no desire in that. I never thought I'd be on a podcast. I never thought I'd have a YouTube channel. I just want to be in the barn riding horses. But I feel like we all need to do our part. And I feel like this is Stephanie and I's part coming together, trying to do our best to help other equine professionals as well as educate our clients, right? It's a brutal business. I think the hardest thing in my life has ever been being an entrepreneur. And so if we can help someone, that means the world to me. And now it's selfish, honestly, Steph. I've had so much fun getting out of the dressage arena, spending time with my bestie. I mean, I never thought I'd meet like Chris Cox. I didn't even know who he was 6 months ago. Monty Roberts, like I didn't know about saddlebreds. I mean, I own one, but he's a dressage horse. So I am learning so much, but there's also the business aspect that I hope we get to grow into and help people do business plans and business strategy. I mean, Steph is an accountant. She knows numbers.
Oh,
And
wow.
One of the things that popped up on the survey is 70% of equine professionals don't know where their money's coming from. They don't have a retirement. And guess what, folks? We're burnt out. How do we keep going? And how do we take care of our horses if we are burnt out? So that's been my passion. Now it's just selfish. It's just fun to meet all these people like you. I mean, like, I never thought I'd be talking to Henry.
Henry, you hear that? She never thought she'd be talking to you. Well, technically, she's not talking to you because you're too busy chewing on me.
Henry's like, it's my turn to talk.
Say hi, Megan. Hi, Steffi. And hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Henry.
Say hi to everybody you love. Oh, okay. Give me my arm back. Seriously. Arm back.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. I love you. Okay. Sorry. All right. So, all right. We still got break. I'm really bad at this comment thing here. It's just a different platform for getting used to it.
Oh,
So,
it's hard.
It is.
Stephanie manages our chat.
so you guys have been doing this for a year, you said? The
Yeah.
third
Over a
bird.
year, not quite a year and a half.
So you have so many videos on your channel. I went there and I was actually shocked because I would expect you guys to have so many more subscribers, to be very, very honest with you, because your channel is so full, if that makes sense. Like it's well developed, it has great information. There's so many videos there. So what is your ultimate oops what is your ultimate goal in what you have created and like what you're going forward with creating right now? Are you trying to make this more of like a sorry are you trying to make this more of a solely educational thing where you go around and continue to just meet people, or are you going to, like, you do the podcast and maybe kind of explore like something a little bit more, how do I say, that can branch out a little further, a little less local? What's your goal?
I say all of that. We definitely love kind of like, I love meeting all these farm owners we've met. We've been slowly going farther and farther. We'd like to really grow it and be able to go even farther. It's been really nice that Megan, when she makes her winter excursion to California, she's able to do a lot of videos out there. Uh, People obviously nowhere near Wisconsin, so a lot of the farms have put up a number of shorts in the last couple of weeks here. She's gone to some of the California racetracks, which is really neat.
I was watching that.
Yeah,
I'm super jealous. I'm not even gonna lie. What a view, those mountains. Are you kidding me?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
like, do you know how many facilities you've traveled to?
Ooh,
Oh,
no
no,
clue.
So that's a good thing. That's a good
No
thing.
idea.
If you don't know, that means it's been quite a few.
It's a
it's
lot.
That's
been
awesome.
It's a
it
lot.
so many, but we would love to grow our subscribers. My goal is 1 million. That's a
Okay.
big goal, as you all can tell of our
It's
numbers.
it's a doable goal.
But if
Yeah,
anyone has any suggestions, can help us, or hit that damn button. I
yeah.
mean,
On all our socials, follow us here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. If you're on TikTok over there, absolutely
I
help us
mean,
grow.
I think, like, big picture, like, it would be amazing to have all, 1 million subscribers, but more importantly, I would love to have like a whole layout to help equine professionals, right? Like, this is a business plan, this is a P&L. This, we can help you and have um like walk through it. Obviously, I don't do the technology, like, I don't know how to do that, but that's what I personally want to do to help professionals. I would love to continue to go around the world with Stephanie to barns, like, not just the United States, but to see the whole world and really build like a huge resource for people. Like, you can see 15 different versions of stalls or
Right.
arenas,
Yeah.
or
I
to
Yeah,
really
this
really
like
last
the
this
arena part.
last this last winter, well, I get, what was it? In the fall? When did you go to Denmark? It was what? Fall last year?
August. Yeah,
Okay,
August
August.
we
Late
went to
late
Denmark.
summer. So she's got, she made videos while over there showing us a bunch of like the barns and the stalls in Denmark, the arenas, some of the maintenance and care equipment that they have over in Denmark. So, we're always just looking to share and be like, this is how they do it in this barn. What do you
That
think?
is
You know,
super cool.
yeah, because they do it very differently, and everybody does stuff differently. Stalls are always different, and it's always so interesting to see, automatic waters in the stall or not, automatic waters in the pastures or not. Why or why not? Is it a cost thing? Is it a, I want control. I want to know if they're drinking thing. That we hear all the answers, and I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. Everybody's
No.
got good reasons,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
gives you reasons to think. Oh, I never thought of that. Huh? It's an interesting thought. Thought process, and wow, I never thought of that, and that's a really interesting idea. And in my barn I have a electrical outlet over every stall because I use in the worst of the weather I would use the plug-in heated water buckets because we could get to 30 below zero here, 20 below
Oh my
zero, 10
goodness.
below zero is very common. So
You feel that?
I don't like my water freezing in the winter. The horses don't drink, they'll colic, but it's a fire hazard. So, we bring up and discuss all those things.
Well,
There's pros and cons to everything, and there's really good reasons to do something or not to do something. So it's a lot of fun talking to people and learning.
And it would be fun to like come into people's barns and like audit them, basically is the word, like go in and help them, like, oh, you could design this differently, or actually if they're comfortable with it, like go over the profit and loss, and as well as a business plan, and like, hey, how do I make more money, right? Or why am I losing so much money in these expenses? How can I cut my expenses and still care top level for my horses, right? Like I think we all need help in that, and it's always good to get unbiased eyes, right? But also we have the education and the knowledge on what it takes to run a barn. Stephanie was a breeder. She
oh
knows,
wow.
the ins and outs. She also worked at an implement dealership, so she is handy and understands equipment and the management. Whereas I run a training barn. So being able, and I'm not handy, like I need a list of men to help me. And so we can come together and run a
You
barn
guys,
and come with ideas.
yeah, you guys have each other's strengths and where you're weak, and that's like it's become a perfect combination. Um, and like I said, that plethora of information. That sorry, now he's on my lap. Can you get off my lap?
We're like yin and yang, right, Megan?
That's exactly it. It's like where maybe you're just saying like where you're lacking in the muscle and the ability to physically do this or whatever. Here she can come in and find a way, and vice versa. Sorry, he's really on it right now, but the best
Henry is a
part
star.
about well, oh, I wanted to ask you what kind of breeding you did.
So I bred warm blood sport horses. I
Nice.
focused basically, I would say, more pointed towards dressage, but definitely I had a love of the Holsteiner breed and incorporated a lot of jumper bloodline into my dressage breeding to bring that power from the hindquarters back in, because jumpers are so powerful on their hind end. And so you would see a lot of like jumper bloodlines in my dressage horses
For that
uh,
athleticism, yeah,
for that
yeah,
athleticism. Yeah,
I love
and
it.
yeah, yep. So and there were a lot of the Holsteiner breed. These stallions have good, amazing, three basically amazing paces as well as the ability to jump, a house. So
I love it. Yeah, they're spring loaded for sure.
yeah, so Dutch, a lot of the German breeds, yeah, I think it was over 20 years of breeding, and then I retired a little over. I think it's been about a decade now, maybe
Wow.
over a decade, probably over a decade now.
Do you miss
So
it?
I do. There are things I don't miss about it. It's very stressful during breeding season.
I imagine so.
You really don't have time to do anything because if you're not at your day job, you're hauling mares to be bred, or you're ordering semen, or you're foaling, or um, I only hauled mares out for when I was breeding frozen. I did a lot of the fresh insemination myself. That was fairly easy to do. But I didn't really have a lab set up to be able to thaw semen for frozen semen. So, hooking the trailer up and hauling mares and foals
Yeah,
at
that
their
sounds like a
sides. And
procedure.
yeah,
You
it's
have
a
to have a
lot.
whole setup, huh?
And it was expensive. And honestly, like it was getting to the point of where you weren't getting a return. Megan and I talk about whether you're going to make money or not.
Right.
And
And
it became stupid to continue to kind of lose money.
there's no
So,
guarantee, all right? There's in reality, it's like us trying to,
yeah, you
you
can
know,
have, $8,000 into a foal and it could be born dead.
gosh,
You
that
know,
is tough.
it's people, if you look at it as a business, it's crazy. The costs that go into breeding sport horses. And there's a lot of costs that go into breeding dairy cattle and, even beef cattle and stuff. But I don't know that it's the cost that we put into breeding horses. And I don't think it matters
Comparatively,
whether
no.
it's a quality, if you look at the American Quarter Horse Association and the top quarter horses showing, it's as if not more expensive than the warm blood breeding. If you look at reining horses and
Oh my
cutting
God,
horses, it's way more expensive than breeding sport horses, and it's risk because at the end of the day, it's Mother Nature who has control. She has
Mm-hmm.
100% control. All you can do is eliminate as much of potential problems as you can and hope for the best. But at the end of the day, it's a roll of the dice with Mother Nature. And so I just got to the point where I was like, okay, I, sad to be done with it, but I was done with it.
I feel like it's something I never got into. I had a couple of friends that bred, but I personally never got into it because that was my
Yeah,
main fear is the fact that you are going to be glued to that lifestyle. And if I'm already glued to horses, as a trainer barn manager, like think of a breeding lifestyle, you're going to be living in that stall. And
yeah.
I just realized there's two eggs under that water bucket.
I love
Henry,
it.
did you
And
lay an
you
egg?
know, I love the foals. I love raising young horses. I really love putting a good foundation on them, good manners. They all led, tied, loaded. Picked up
That's
their feet for the
awesome.
farrier. I spent a lot of time with the young horses. I really loved it. The funny thing was, Megan talked about back in the day. I worked for an implement dealership, and I remember I would drive from my work to. It was at the time I had horses boarded. We were looking for a property and didn't own one at the time, and I was driving, pretty similar route going back, from work to the barn. And I remember driving by one day and I saw a mare foaling in the field, and I just had this something in my head said, "Stop! You have to stop." So I turned around, I drove up the driveway, knocked on the door, and the lady came and I'm like, "Your mare's foaling," and she's like, "Yeah, yeah," and I go, "There's a problem, something's wrong." And I went out there.
Oh,
We both went out there, and the foal was stuck.
oh my
So it
God.
was a dystocia. And anyway, I helped her with it, and it was so funny. We got the foal out. I helped her bring the mare and the newborn foal, and we didn't know each other. I was just
Thank
some
God you
crazy lady.
stopped.
I was some crazy lady that drove up her driveway. Anyway, and so we brought the mare and the foal in the barn, and she had called the vet, and the vet came and he looked at me and he's like, "Hello, Stephanie." He's like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "I was just driving by."
So suddenly you weren't the crazy lady anymore.
Yeah. And he laughed,
Um,
because we had introduced ourselves or whatever, and he just laughed. And he's like, "How many other people's foals have you delivering?" Because I had delivered another friend's foal like a month prior, probably 3 weeks
call you
prior.
the driving doula. Come on.
It
You
was
you
really
want
funny.
Stephanie as a neighbor. Steph, like
Yeah, I
I'm
really do.
serious. I have her come over all the time, and I'm like, "Hey, Steph, what do you think about this awning? Hey, Steph, what do you think about this?" All
And
the
then I
time.
go,
I'm like, Stephanie, and she's usually like, "Megan, that's stupid," or she's like, "That's a great idea. You should do it like that." Like, you also need a friend who's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" Not like, "Yeah, go
Yeah, that's
for it."
good. Yeah. No, you want somebody that's gonna shake you and be like, "Are you serious? That is the ugliest color I've ever seen." That's a true friend, and too many people, like, let's be real. It takes a little bit of guts to do that. Sometimes you don't want to hurt your friend's feelings or whatever. So, and that transparency, that honesty, has obviously gotten you guys this friendship that is super admirable. and really neat to watch from, from the outside in. When I first saw you guys, and I started looking at your information, I'm like, okay, just another channel where I'm gonna be falling asleep. And no, but seriously, like, you see, like, how many pairs of people are out there trying to make something actually entertaining? Like, there's a lot of stuff, but I always like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, because people gave me the benefit of the doubt. That's how we all came here. So I like to at least stick through, wait for the first ad to come through. But no, so I was watching you guys, and I'm like, wait, they're going to show me, huh? And it was the one with the arenas, when you guys were talking about arenas. And I was like, I have a thing for arenas. There's a couple of things that get me. It's bits. Okay. Bits. You dangle some bits in front of me and jingle, jingle. You're going to hear me get excited. And you tell
Oh,
me
yeah.
that you just harrowed the arena, I'll do anything for you. Okay. So you guys started talking about arenas, and Henry, you cannot lay on me.
Oh,
And
we
that, that,
love going and looking at
that's,
people's arenas.
that sucked me in. And then so I started flipping through, and I'm like, wow, these are true horsewomen. These aren't people that owned a pony once when they were a kid that are showing you how to curry and brush a horse. Like, these are women that are explaining their true real life experiences and going around and exploring other people's experiences and then sharing it with me. Like, it's, I don't know, I always feel like I'm burdening people when I ask questions. I'm gonna try not to flip you guys around so much. When I'm asking questions, I always feel like I'm burdening people. Like, oh well, who do you use for the sand, or who did you call for this? Or I almost feel kind of bad sometimes. So to be able to go places and just have all of this information that I've probably already asked myself, all these questions that have probably sprung in my head at least once in my life, you guys are already talking about it.
Yeah, we love asking all the questions. We literally tell people when we come, we're going to ask you all the questions about all the things. We want to know everything, you
That's
And
know?
awesome.
we want to know the ugly, and it's so cute when we go to everyone's farm. They want it so neat and perfect. And let's be honest, I don't know one single farm that's neat and perfect. I
Not
mean,
realistic.
like you build something and something always goes wrong, something always breaks. And how neat is it for us to come together and be like, hey, I did this, or I like these snaps better, or we can just help each other in so many ways. And that's, I mean, that's so important to me, is being able to have a resource. Because I think of that little girl in Wisconsin who had, like, literally people won't pick up the phone, or they're like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, that has been my experience. And so I just do it. But I think of that little girl, and I'm like, well, here's an opportunity. You can look at it at any day, time, and do your own research, and it's available to you.
Yeah.
That is really neat. Really honestly neat. And it hits my heart a little bit to hear that you had to experience that as a young girl. But it at the same time, I want to say kudos for turning that into something that you're driven to do. You know, kudos for making that, instead of saying, I'm going to continue to not ask for information and be almost introverted, if you will, and saying, you know what, now I'm going to go out there and ask, and I'm going to get that information, all that information I wanted as a kid, make it available. Like, I just love that idea. I
Oh
really
yeah,
do.
well, and it still happens to, I mean, this day there's so much hate on the internet. I mean, I've received anonymous letters. I've received so much hate. And it's like, but for the people who really want to do best for their horses, I want to be there for them. And even the people that hate, like, I think they need us the most, but I don't want to spend time on them. And it's already a hard business, and we should be our greatest supporters, and I want to see this industry succeed. I mean, we are so lucky every day to train horses or be around horses. It's a wonderful, wonderful life that I want to continue, and I want it to continue when I'm dead.
Well, and
That's
Megan,
that's
you
well
and I
said. I like
talk,
that.
and Megan, you and I talk a lot about how many barns in the areas where we live that are closing.
Yeah.
And how, because a lot of people obviously don't have their own farm, right? And that's okay. That's why we need boarding barns. And we need boarding barns. We need to support the people who own and run the boarding barns, because Megan and I I don't know how many we have counted in the last 5 years, boarding facilities in the areas where we live that have closed.
Same,
And it's
same. They just
because
can't if they
it's
can't do
because
it.
people won't pay what it costs for these people to keep the farm afloat. And and I know Megan will say it. I'll say it. It is not my responsibility as a farm owner to support your horse habit.
No, it's not, and
I'm
it's not.
here to
It's nobody.
financially support your horse habit. If you want to have a horse habit, you have to financially support your own. And the rising cost, I mean, the cost of hay in the last, that's probably been what, 15 years, Megan, now? It's
It,
5 times to 6 to 10 times what it was.
Oh yeah.
Um, and that's just one tiny element of the cost of having horses. I mean, the veterinarians, they deserve to be well paid, and their prices have gone up. Grain, the cost of feed,
Oh my goodness,
fixed
everything.
everything, bedding, just cost of owning a farm, the land, property taxes, all of that. The costs, our electrical costs have gone through the roof. All these data centers that are being put in across the US are driving up the cost of electricity for everyone.
and
So,
I
yeah.
was hoping that we as professionals could come together and figure out ways to help lower the cost, like whether it's getting a semi
Like a
together and
coalition of some sort.
we split the cost, just trying to poke because we don't have all the ideas, but we
Mhm.
want to start the conversation and keep the conversation going. Like, I mean, I've I've learned something from Chris Cox, and he said Western people need a little more English and English need a little bit more Western. And watching the business side of the Western trainers has been like they know how to make money, and Arabians, and how they're hosting their championships. And I'm like, man, we really need to learn these ideas for the dressage or whatever other discipline. I only know dressage, but I'm like, we really need to come together. And then we have the social media license, like what are we putting out there? How are we educating the public? How do we get more people to support our industry? And what is abuse and what isn't abuse? Like, I don't want to open that can of worms, but
I was gonna say that's a touchy one. I was gonna.
we need to work together to educate ourselves as well as the public, and to keep our standards high. you know
Absolutely.
like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that we can go down, I don't want to go down that path, but
I do one day.
for this live stream. But I think that could be just the topic, like
Yes, for
talking
sure.
about that. But I think that's so important that we come together. I mean, because going to the racetrack, I mean, all I've ever heard is how awful thoroughbred trainers are. And I went behind and I was like, wow, they're just like dressage horses, and they're being drug tested and they're being watched. And I was like, it was very educational for me, and but also all the professionals, from the grooms to the trainers to the owners, all seemed happy. I go to some barns and I'm like, they're not happy. And they all work together, and I was like, there's something that we can learn from these people. And that's
Mhm.
that's so important. So, and I think the internet is super helpful, but I think it's also hurting us.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely. Hey, Chrissy, and I do want to say hey to Donnelly really quick. We had a couple of people hop in, our regular subs here, a few moderators. Chrissy, we had a couple of weirdos in the chat. I know you just hopped in, but if you happen to see anything, if you could work your magic, that would be awesome. Chrissy, we're here with Megan and Stephanie Barn Besties, and I'll let them keep talking. Sorry, I'm not going to interrupt,
Oh
but
no.
the oh, Henry, the one of the things that we do have to be careful when you have a social media presence is the information that you put out there, because of course, like, you want to educate, you want your intentions are always going to be good, right? And you always have to make sure that the education that you do put out there is proper too. Because have
Mhm.
you guys ever stumbled across somebody? This actually happened to me recently, and I'm not going to drop any names because I don't work that way. But it's somebody that we'd probably all recognize, and they had a little bit of misinformation in a paragraph they wrote had written about training a horse. that was so blatantly obvious if you actually worked horses. And I thought to myself, this is purely a marketing scheme. This
Mm-hmm.
was written by AI and this is a marketing scheme. I thought, oh my God, why did the horse industry turn into this? What happened to the horsemen? What happened to the people that got out there with dirt in their teeth and not caring if they're owed money, just getting the job done? What happened to those people? And a long time ago, actually, the reason, I have a funny name, We Ride to Live. We Ride to Live came along when I had a group of teenage girls who couldn't afford riding lessons come to my riding academy and ask if they could work off lessons. And I looked around and my barn was tidy as could be because I do keep a pretty tight ship when I got my own thing going, and said, I don't really have anything, but I got some buckets that will be dirty. Can you scrub a couple of buckets? Yeah, we can scrub buckets. I said, all right, I'll see you first thing in the morning tomorrow. Those girls became some of my best riders for years, went off to college to become college riders. I mean, the doors that opened for them because their parents could not afford to pay for those riding lessons. But
I
I'm
did
an
that.
emotional.
I
I'm
worked
an-
off lessons.
And yeah, and I still see them today. And they're married and one of them has kids. And I never would have made those connections if not for We Ride to Live. And I grew up in a very wealthy area on Long Island where horses were treated probably better than most people's kids. And, they were spit shined and not allowed out. And I didn't ride in an outdoor arena unless it was in the show ring. And so I came to Florida and it was a very, very different atmosphere. And I noticed that there was a lot more because of the Wellington area. There was a lot more of a competitive and hate, almost like hatred behind that competitive. And I'm like, you know what? I'm so over this. What have I gained from the competition ring, come from competing, from going to the shows, from being there? What have I gained besides the ribbons? Come on, the ribbons are cool. They're cool to take pictures with. They really are. But at the end of the day, like I don't know where they are. I have a few of them that I keep, but I don't know where most of them are. I lost a lot of money because if I don't know where those ribbons are, technically that money that I paid to get in those classes, that's a lot. So I don't see those experiences because for me, I didn't have a lot of positive show experiences. And I know that's not the case for everybody, but for me, I did not have a lot of positive show experiences. So at that point, in my young 20s, I said, you know what, we're going to do We Ride to Live. And everybody and anybody that can come over to my place and can do something, anything. It doesn't have to be worth an hour's worth. It doesn't have, hours worth of work. It doesn't have to be worth $65 worth of work. It's just, can you do something? And what can you do? Oh, I'll pull the weeds on the fence line. Sounds good, And We Ride to Live came along. And then before I knew it, I had a barn full of minion teenagers and their friends who were all staying into trouble because they were riding horses. And guess what? My horses were all kept fit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they were all under my riding supervision, and everybody was happy. So, to hear that you guys are so in that mindset of it being more of a lifestyle, it being more of a necessity than, something you do when you can afford it, you can pay for it, making it work when hay prices rise, when grain prices rise $5 in a week, and uh, shavings were literally twice. I bought a bag of shavings at Tractor Supply. It was twice as much than it was like 3 years ago. Twice as much than it was 3 years ago. That's ridiculous. And I don't know if in my opinion, I don't know if it's going to continue to be this way. And I mean, who really knows what the future is going to hold financially? Hopefully, things do get a little bit better, but we don't know. Yeah, I know being down here, it is really difficult. We're basically on a peninsula.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be honest with you. I lost my horses last year, and people here know this, and I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I lost my horses last year within 8 weeks of each other, and they were large horses, and I was scraping by to feed them because towards the end it got to be too much to bear. I had a skin and bones 18 hand thoroughbred that was a hard keeper, so you can imagine how much he ate. and then I had a 16-hand quarter horse that was not exactly an easy keeper, and they worked it out. They worked it off. So anyway, point being, it's almost a blessing in disguise that they're not here today, because I don't know. I mean, it's become so hard to afford horses down here. I don't know what I would have to do to be able to do it comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that
Yep.
those resources that you guys are putting together, it's going to be so helpful. It has been helpful to me. It's going to continue to be helpful to this wonderful equestrian community. Henry thinks it's pretty helpful too. You think it's helpful? Do you enjoy watching them? He says you guys are really pretty.
He's so
Yeah, they
cute.
are pretty, aren't they? I know. I know.
Henry says this chat is all about me. Oh, he's so
It
cute.
is,
Look
Henry.
at those little tuffers. He's so
Oh
cute.
my God, those ears. Oh, those ears.
But
He's so funny.
so you guys, I just want you have. Ow. That's. It's fine until he starts biting hard. He'll hold on, and then he's like, "This is all good," and then chomp.
Chomp monster.
Yeah. But no, you guys have a really really cool thing. I do want to ask you guys if you had any messages that you wanted specifically to get out there. I know that everybody here, I have faith, is going to go ahead and trickle their way to your channel and check you guys out. Guys, if you could please just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're on social media, subscribe, follow, do whatever you got to do to stay with them. Keep on with them. They're going to be throwing out some really awesome content. You got to see how often they throw out content. Like, I'm slacking if you look at how often they throw out their content. Like, it is admirable. So seriously, that you won't get bored. You guys, if you want to learn what's really really going on in the equine world, what we are dealing with on a daily basis, let these two ladies take you along their daily paths as they meet equestrians all around the country. I'm going to say, hopefully, a world in the near future, all around the
That's the
world.
plan.
But they do quite a bit of traveling around the U.S. and meeting equestrians of all sorts and just teaching us all these neat things that you probably would have never even thought about. So for that alone, I do want to say thank you guys for putting together this channel. I have been a huge fan. I'm excited that you guys have been able to give me some of your time today and share it with our people here. Christy, yes, I will drop the links. Oh, I forgot that we could comment here. So Steph, would you mind dropping your links in the comments there?
Yeah.
And if for any reason that they don't, I'm assuming that they're going to feed over, but if for any reason they don't feed over to the YouTube, I'll go ahead and make sure that it's there for the rewatch. All the links are there for the rewatch. I do want you guys to, oh no,
Oh,
okay.
that's so nice.
Okay. Don't judge him for his screen name. This is one of our favorite members here. It's screen name. I'm not going to say it, but he is one of our family members here. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I really love to have you here. I'm kind of sad I haven't seen you in a while. I'm just going to call him Fox.
Doesn't
No
look like I can
Fox.
post anything.
Oh, it's not letting you post a comment?
No, it keeps
Oh,
saying failed to post.
Oh
that's it.
no.
That's
It's been
interesting.
doing that all the time. I get about 1 in 5 comments posted, so I don't know.
Can you text it to me, Megan? Can you text it to
Yeah,
me really quick? And I will just copy paste it.
It's
we're
at
gonna.
Barnyard Besties WI here on YouTube because WI, we are in Wisconsin.
So it's at Barnyard. Best.
Besties WI. Yeah. Maybe one of your moderators can pull it and put it in the comments, but
Let me
um,
see.
yeah, we appreciate it.
Here we go.
It's been so much
I
fun
just
meeting more
emailed you.
people.
Oh,
What?
awesome. I'm going to go ahead and drop that.
Rutro, where'd you go? Where'd
I'll
you
be
go,
right back.
woman?
This is the best day
Sorry.
ever.
I should have
There we
said
are.
I'll be right back before leaving. Hold on. Here we
Love it.
go.
Love it. Well, I'm in Wisconsin. I don't know where
There we
everybody in
go.
the chat is, but it is a balmy 23 degrees and it's super windy and cold here. And Megan is in Southern Cali, where I'm sure it's warm and lovely.
What's
It's
where?
better. It's definitely better here. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of your time and Henry's time.
Yeah.
Hello. I think
Hello,
he's
Henry.
he's what, the major host here.
Yep.
And
He's
just
sure
to,
hosting.
like, I'm so grateful to have connected with you. Like I said, I was a bit burnt out and didn't really believe in people just because of my experiences. And actually, this whole YouTube channel with Stephanie has made me like people again.
Isn't it amazing? I swear I've said that before, and these
Yeah.
guys as my witness. This is said. I have literally said it before. You guys have made me. You've given me faith back into people because you realize how kind people are. It's not everybody sucks, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a
And
harsh statement, but when you're on the internet, you do get a lot of bored people. You know, just bored people that weren't hugged enough as children, and you just have to wait for them to leave or their phone battery to die, you know.
yeah.
Right.
So at the
Well,
end of the day,
I
you know, I
just
always say
wanted to
just
thank
flush it.
you for
Yeah.
your generosity. I mean, right away when I was asking, like, how do we grow our channel, you are really one of the few people who have really stepped up and
Really?
supported us. Yeah, like
Yeah, we really
like
appreciate
we
that.
reach out. I mean, like I said, I don't have the knowledge Stephanie has, so I'm always trying to pick people's brains, and to be able to, come on and actually have you help us, is really amazing. And it's just been an amazing journey to meet people. And again, like, it has refreshed my passion for horses and making their quality of life better. And then I get to spend time with my bestie and to go
And we have
all over
so
the
much
world.
fun with Mr. Cameraman.
Yeah.
It's so much
You
fun. When we go out on these barn tours and we interview people, it is so much fun.
And if
you
you have
guys,
a
yeah.
barn that you want us to come to, like I said, or Stephanie's, yeah, when we're in
Yeah.
Florida, we want to come visit. And
Yes,
so
please.
I'm in California, so I'm here until the end of March. So if anyone wants a barn tour, I want to come to your barn. Stephanie right now is in Wisconsin. She wants to come to your barn, and then we're back together April 1st. We want to know all the things. So if anyone is open to that, we want to come.
For sure. And you know what? That's another thing that I'm going to have you text me whenever you get a chance. And I'm going to add that to to the conversation comment so that people know the dates where you guys are,
Hmm.
at what dates. So if they are saying, hey, we're going to be in that area, or I know somebody that's in that area around that time, you guys can link up
Yeah.
and do a barn tour. I would love to see you make some more people famous. I
And
am
come
looking
see
Yes.
us at
forward to the
Midwest
day
Horse
that,
Fair, right, Meggers?
what
Yeah.
was that?
Come see us at Midwest Horse Fair in April. I think it's the 17th or the 19th. Isn't that correct, Megan?
Yeah.
Oh
In
my God, I'm
Madison.
so
It's
jealous.
in Madison, the
Yeah.
Alliant Energy Center in the capital city of Madison in Wisconsin. We're going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday is a setup day. We'll be there all weekend. Do we share our exciting news of what's going to happen for us on Sunday afternoon or morning, I guess, at Midwest Horse Fair?
Go for it.
We were honored with an award from the Wisconsin Horse Council. So we actually are going to
Ah,
be in the main Coliseum receiving that award Sunday morning. So that's exciting. Plus,
how
we've been
cool.
interviewing a lot of,
Congratulations.
thank you. We've been doing live streams with a lot of the clinicians that are going to be featured clinicians at the horse fair. Where Megan's got a booth. She's riding in at Midwest Horse Fair. So she's got her Grand Prix horse that's going to be there.
Oh,
And
how
we're going to be trying to interview people and making videos while at Horse Fair. So yeah, we will be there. We hope to see everybody there. It's one of the biggest events in the Midwest.
I'm
It's
so
so much
jealous.
fun.
I'm so jealous. I can't even lie to you. I'm so jealous. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no way I could be there, but
And
I
the
will be there in
shopping.
spirit, and
If
I will totally be there. As soon as you guys have videos that you upload, I will be watching them. I'm
and if you're ever in Wisconsin, you have a place to stay. You're always welcome to stay at my farm. And
awesome.
yeah,
Thank
I mean,
you.
you're part of the bestie community.
Yep.
And
You're
again,
Wisconsin?
Bestie family.
and
Come join our
Henry,
family, everyone.
Awesome. And
Come become a
same.
bestie, right? We're all
Same.
besties. You got to join the channel, become a barn bestie with us. And yeah, if you've got a barn out there that we can come and learn all the things, right, Meggers?
That's right.
Well, you guys are incredible. I can't say it enough. I am looking forward to our future live streams. I've already got the gears going and for a couple of
Yeah,
ideas for some future live streams where we can kind of just, have a
let's
TED
do
talk.
it. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
and
What
we
did you think of StreamYard?
I like this. I really
Yeah.
do. I'm hopeful. I'm gonna go check out afterwards and make sure everything has fed through properly.
Yep.
But the only thing I dislike is the fact that you guys you're this big, and I can't see any of us. So I'm
Next
just
time,
hoping
set it
that I
up
don't have
landscape.
boogers or because I can't see anything. So, but
Next time, set it up in the landscape mode when you set it up, and we'll
okay,
be
this
bigger.
time
Yeah, we'll be bigger.
we'll
and
be
Yeah,
next time we will have you on Steph.
yeah,
We'll have you on ours, and we'll interview you.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the plan.
That
We want
sounds
to
like
we want to learn
fun.
all the things about you. Talk to you about you.
That sounds
Oh,
like fun.
Henry, look at how
Henry,
cute you are.
are you gonna come with? He is so upset that I have been ignoring him this whole time. I
He's
know.
so
I know.
adorable.
Trying to get my attention. But all right. Well, ladies, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna
Yep.
go ahead and get going on with my day. I do want to say a huge, super, super thank you for your time. This has been so
Thank you.
exciting.
Thanks for
We
having
spent
us.
yeah. We've spent almost an hour being able to pick these beautiful ladies' brains and get a bunch of information about this wonderful channel that they've created. And I know you guys are gonna go check it out if you haven't already. But we are going to go ahead and let you guys go. I want to say thank you so much. A message we always leave here is if you always do the next best thing, you'll always end up on top, no matter
I
what.
love it.
That's right.
So I
I
love
love
you
Love
that.
guys. Everybody on
love
Love it.
you.
community, I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay
Love it.
awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Bye,
Bye, all.
you.
guys.